Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is 2020. Hopefully the day you're watching this is 30th December 2020. 2020 is finally coming to an end, and at the end of each year is a special day, which is my birthday. I'm a New Year's Eve baby. I like to reflect on each year and how it's passed and what I've learned, and you know, the whole resolutions things and everything. And I was a very big believer in resolutions, but I think now with everything that's happened, I just want to reflect on the year. And I really wanted to do this video. I'm not trying to scream at you that haha, tomorrow's my birthday. It's not that. I just really wanted to do this video more for myself, to look back on hopefully next year and be like, sis, you grew, you really did. And 2020 has just been a year of growth and a year of change, a year of heartbreak, a year of love, a year of happiness, a year of sadness, a year of anger, a year of joy, and everything all together. And I think I've really just grown as a human being. I have started so many new things, and I am grateful to 2020. Even though it was a pretty crazy year, I'm still grateful to 2020 for giving me the chance to reevaluate my entire life and come out stronger out of it. This video is basically me sharing with you 22 things I learned in my life before turning 23. I hope that you take something away from this, so let's just get into it. Number 1, life doesn't go according to plan. This is a no-brainer for many, but for people like me who are avid planners, I literally have my 2020 and 2021 planner sitting right there. Should I just show you? Okay, let me just show you. At the end of each year, I like to get the planner for the next year, and for 2019, at the end of 2019, I got a 2020 journal representing me traveling the world, because I was supposed to be on exchange in traveling Europe, but none of that happened. So for 2021, I decided let's just relax a little bit and I got this pink planner. I will link it down below where I got it. It's a wellness planner and I really like it because I think this will be a really good check-in for me. It's got habit trackers, it's got goals and affirmations and everything and quotes, and I think this is just a bit more comforting, and I'm not really manifesting or putting anything out there like, oh, 2021 this is gonna happen. I'm just taking it chill. My whole life I thought that I could plan it. I could plan my entire life, you know. I thought that I wanted to get married by this age and have kids by this age and be proposed to at this age, and this way is the way I'm going to be proposed to. This is the man I'm going to marry. This is the family I'm going to have. But honestly, I think this year has really taught me to just live in the moment and stop planning, because it just never works. Plans never go to fail, never actually work, and if they do, great, and if they don't, they just don't. But it's so heartbreaking for people like me who spend their entire life planning and then just watching everything crumble in front of you. So really, you know, I think me getting COVID this year, me having to cut my exchange short, I spent an entire year planning my exchange. I spent an entire year saving up for my exchange, planning my finances, planning the itinerary, booking things, and in the end I lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of money, I lost a lot of time, I lost a lot of effort, blood, sweat, tears, and it all went down the drain. I think what I'm going to be putting into my life now is to I can plan. I mean, there's nothing wrong with planning, but just to a certain extent. Like, I have my planners, I'm going to be checking in with my mental health, I'm going to be checking in with my well-being, but I'm not going to put that same amount of pressure that I did on how my life should plan out, you know? Like, if, let's say, I don't know, I just feel like things are just going to work out the way they're supposed to work out, and I just have no control over it, and that's something I have to accept, and that's something I've learned. Number 2, broccoli actually slaps. It's pretty great. I have hated broccoli my entire life, pretty much. I literally got nightmares about broccoli. Like, I'm not even joking. Ask my parents. I've gotten freaking nightmares that huge broccolis were chasing me, and I just never liked it. The thought of it wanted to make me puke. This year I actually had broccoli and I loved it. So I don't know whether this is a sign of me adulting or what, but broccoli actually slaps and I kind of crave it now. Number 3, strength doesn't come from weights, it comes from the mind. So when I started personal training and I started working out a lot more, I used to get very happy whenever I could lift heavier and heavier weights, and I thought I was growing a lot stronger, and I would overdo it, which resulted in injuries and things like that. And I thought that strength is defined by the number on those weights, the number on those dumbbells. Everyone on social media carrying like 20 freaking kgs, and I'm like, sis, I'm stuck at 10. But that's a really big achievement on my own, because the strength to continue a workout, the strength to really get through anything is not defined by how much muscles you have, is not defined by the amount of bulge in your muscles, it's not defined by the number on that dumbbell. It's defined by here, your mind, and the amount of mental strength you have to get up, get to the gym and actually do the workout, the amount of mental strength you have to actually get through the day if you're having a hard one, the mental strength you have to really get through any obstacle in life. Weights, dumbbells, they're not going to be with you when shit goes down the road. So strength really comes from here. And I think what I realized is that when I got a lot happier, like, oh my god, like I'm lifting and lifting, and I can lift stuff now, because I used to be very weak and now I feel like I'm strong. I realized that I'm actually not strong because I'm lifting heavier weights. I'm strong because I'm putting myself to this discipline and putting myself to this test of continuing to build and grow. And yeah, I think that's something that's a little bit complicated, but to me, like, I just feel that if I can get through anything, it's because of my mind and not because of my muscles. Number 4, my body is just built this way. This has been something I have been trying to learn my entire life, but I think at 22 I finally learned it. Body image has been a part of my life for years, and I have been trying to be skinny my entire life. I exercise like crazy to lose weight, and I am sad to say that. But I've finally realized counting my calories, eating super healthy, and giving up all the joys in life is only gonna make me binge and only gonna make me sad and gonna make me crave. No matter how much exercise I do, no matter how much cardio I do, no matter how many calories I count, I'm just not going to lose the weight, and that's okay. And it's so liberating to say that. Now listen, I'm gonna live a healthy lifestyle. I love my healthy diet, and Saturday, Sunday, I eat whatever I want, but Monday to Friday, I really do not restrict myself, but I really do take into account of what I'm putting into my body. I go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, but that's not to lose weight anymore. It's for my mental sanity and for my health and my long-term benefits and my longevity of life. It truly is not because I want to be skinny anymore. And I think this started like maybe this year, last year, and it's something I've really learned, that my body is just built this way. I'm not gonna have a flat stomach, probably not gonna have abs. The more I start trying to find a body that is just not mine and trying to fit into it, the longer I'm just gonna be unhappy in what I do have. I should be happy with the features that I do have. I should accentuate the features that I do have. And those are my curves, those are my bigger hips, those are my bigger chest. Like, it just is the way it is, and I'm happy with it. I love it, and I love my body, I truly do, and that makes me very happy to say. Also, just a little side note on that, it's all about the angles, sis. Whatever you see on Instagram is just not real, man. Like, follow this, I think I've talked about her in my podcast, Georgia Clark, something like that, on Instagram. I'm gonna pop it right here. Please follow her if you're dealing with body image and social media comparison, because she always shows the reality of like Instagram influencers posing a certain way, and it's really all about how you hike up the bikini, how you stand a certain way. It's all angles. It's angles, baby. It really is angles. So just relax. Number 5, don't live for the approval of others. I think this is a very big one that I think I just added into my list because I think I learned it yesterday. But you know what? It's a very important lesson. I think my whole life I always tell myself I will make everyone else happy, but then I forget to make myself happy. And it's very common amongst a lot of people, and it's called people pleasing. And it just is a thing, and I just want everyone in my life to be happy and fun and healthy and loving and everything. Like, I just want to shower them with love, but in doing so, I'm not showering myself with love. And I think one thing I've realized is that if I am going to constantly live in the fear of approval and validation, why make everyone else happy if it's not making you happy? So that's what I learned, and I think I finally just am like, I'm ready to take life by the balls and just do whatever I want to do with it, and just be carefree. And if people don't approve, people don't approve. What are they gonna do? You know, one of my friends, I just had like an hour FaceTime call with her, and she was like, whenever people pass judgment, it's just a passing thought. They're gonna think about it and then they're gonna forget about it. So I guess if you live life that way and just realize that people judging you is literally a passing thought, and really you're living rent-free in their head. So Don't be afraid of judgment. Don't be afraid and living in fear of approval. Really, I'm just talking to myself here. What's the worst that's gonna happen if people don't approve of your life? As long as you're happy, the people that are meant to be in your life will add to that happiness instead of bring you down. Number 6, it's okay to take a pass day. Now, a pass day I've learned is basically when you're just not feeling it. You're not feeling it. It's a bad mental health day. It's just a bad day. You are allowed to take a day off from life. Now, I know when it comes to work, when it comes to school, you get an MC, you get documentation, you sign up for leave and things like that. Life doesn't work that way. It ain't that organized. So it's okay to just be like, I'm gonna take a pass day today and mope and be sad and be just let everything, feel every single emotion that you need to feel, and then pick it right back up the next day. You know, if you need a pass week, take a pass week. But my advice is don't do that, because then you won't be able to get out of bed. But what I'm saying is that if you just feel like you just can't today, that's okay. We have literally lived a global pandemic. It's okay not to hustle. It's okay not to get out of bed. It's okay to feel like there's a brick on your chest. It's okay. Take a pass day. Do things for yourself. Don't get out of bed. Stay in bed. Watch your favorite shows. Put a candle on. Put a face mask on. Put the aircon on. Close your curtains and take the day off. But that day off should be used to rejuvenate yourself and put the energy back into the next day to really get back up on your feet. If you're gonna stay moping around, that is when it becomes dangerous. But if you can use that break from life to just recollect yourself and pick it up the next day, get your to-do list going, it's fine. It's completely fine to take a day off from life. Number 7, don't cry over spilled milk, sis. Just clean it up and get ready to spill it all over again. Honey, if there's just one thing I've learned, is that I am human and I'm not perfect, which means I'm going to be making mistakes. And if I'm going to be making mistakes, I'm probably going to make them again and again. Just because you have learned from one mistake doesn't mean you're not going to make another one, and doesn't mean you're not allowed to make another one. It is okay to make mistakes. How else are you going to learn? And once the deed is done, if you've already done something that you regret, okay, fine, what are you going to do? You can't change it, you know? Again, stop living life for others, live life for yourself, and just pick it up, pick yourself up. Don't cry over the spilled milk. Cry a little bit if you want to. I'm really talking to myself again. And then after that, just like get ready, because you will spill it again. Don't be so hard on yourself if you made the same mistake twice, because it's okay. That's the whole process of learning. No one becomes perfect, or no one is perfect to begin with, but no one becomes completely fine right after one mistake. The fact that you even are aware and are able to identify that I made this mistake before, I know I'm making it again, but hey, I remember that I made it before. How did I get out of that? Let's do it again. That's already progress on your part, sis. Like, the fact that you can even remember like you did this and you didn't enjoy how you felt because of that, and you recognize that you're doing it again, that is progress. The next time it'll be not to do it again, you know? So obviously don't keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. That's also bad, but I'm saying that don't be so hard on yourself if you do. Like, it's really fine. You're not a robot. You are bound to spill and spill and spill spill the milk all over the place. Clean it up and spill it again. Number 8, you can make friends in your 20s. This is something I did not know was possible, because I thought you only made friends in school and maybe work. I didn't know you could make new friends at this age, and I did. I actually made new friends, and it's been the best thing ever. It's so interesting, because I think whenever you think of new people in your life, you think of them in like a relationship, a new man, a new woman in your life, a new partner in your life. But I've never thought of having a new friend, and it's just elevated the meaning of a friendship to me, because I treasure my friends in my life. And now that I have new people, I'm like, whoa, I get to spread my love to even more people, and people who genuinely want to make a connection with me. I think that also the great thing about making friends when you're older is that people are just not here to waste time anymore. Well, most people aren't. When you're younger, you're making thousands of friends, you know, in school, everywhere. But when you're older, you're like, I just don't have the time, mental space, physical space, and the capacity to make a fake toxic friendship again. So you'll be a lot smarter with your choices, and you'll realize that if you're making friends now, it's probably going to be something that will last because you're so aware of what kind of friend that you want in your life. So that's been really cool, and that's something I did not realize I could do. Number 9, the art of saying no. Honey, no. Just say no. If you're not feeling it, if you don't want to do something, if you don't want to go out, if you don't want to attend an event, if you don't want to respond to a media article, whatever it is, say no. Your mental health comes first. Your life, your sanity comes first. Stop living for others. No one is going to hate you. Maybe someone, I don't know, but no one is going to hate you if you're like, I'm really not up to meeting for dinner today. Have fun. FaceTime me if you want. Just say no. It's really okay to not go out and to say no to social gatherings, for you to rest and rejuvenate. If they really are your true friends and family and loved ones, they will understand. So say no. Number 10, Excel sheets saves lives. I've always been quite a budgeter, but I also am a very big spender. So like, I'll budget and everything, and after that I'll just spend all my money, which just doesn't make any sense. So what I have learned to do is use an Excel sheet. Now, I have gone through all the different apps, okay? None of them work for me. I am a very organized person. I already have a system up in my head, and if that doesn't work, nothing else will. So just use an Excel sheet, create some columns. You know, one maybe could be savings, one could be amount that is going out for certain things. You know, the big things doesn't have to be to the dollar. If you want to do it to the dollar, go ahead and see the amount that you're saving as well. Because one thing I realized that I always am very bad at is like, when I earn money, I don't keep track of it, and I'll just like suddenly open my bank account and like, oh my god, where did all that money go, and or who hasn't paid me, whatever. Especially as a freelancer, it's so important to keep track of your expenses. So sis, get on Microsoft Excel and get on that planning and budgeting shit, because that will save your life. Number 11, I actually love working a lot more than I love school. I think with school, it's just that I have been schooling for so long. If you know my journey, I have actually dropped out of JC, went to poly, now I'm in uni. From poly to uni, I've just been studying the same thing, which is communications. Now don't get me wrong, sis loves communications, sis thrives in communications. It is my passion, but I am sick of it. I'm sick of going to school and learning the same thing. I'm sick of going to school for the paper that I'm going to receive at the end of X amount of years. I want to apply these skills and apply these knowledge to real life situations. And just because everyone tells you, oh my god, enjoy your school days and you're never going to get them again, maybe school days are not that great for everyone, and they were definitely not great for me. It's like in uni, like poly was amazing, but uni was it's just not that great, and that's okay. Like everybody has their own different path, everybody has their own different experiences, and if this is not working for you, it's okay to say that you love working more than you love school. It's not a sin, especially if all the adults were like, enjoy your school days, working life sucks. That's just sad for them. Maybe your working life will be amazing and school life wasn't. It's okay. Number 12, live in the present before it becomes your past. Like I said, I'm a planner. I always plan for the future, or I'm either just reliving my past. I never was able to just enjoy what I have now, and that's been a struggle for me for years and years and years. And I think I have really faced the music of what happens when I do that, and it's horrible. It's horrible when you're just letting life slip away from you because you really don't know what's gonna happen. Life is just so short, you know, and if you're gonna just spend every day crying about the past or living in fear of the future, where does the happiness come in? You know, like, the present is now, and it's so much easier said than done. Trust me sis, I have 2 planners sitting over there. I know it's so much easier said than done, but I think I'm trying to do a better job at just sitting and enjoying, just taking it all in, and trying to make memories that will be up here rather than on social media. You know, just enjoy what you have now, because you really don't know when it will be taken away from you. But at the same time, don't live in fear of that being taken away from you. And whatever happened in the past happened in the past. It doesn't define you, and neither will your future. And the future can't happen if you don't live in the present. So it's all kind of interconnected, and life is just honestly so much fun if you can look at it in a certain way. And it just takes a lot of strength and a lot of determination to look at it from a certain point of view. But to start, just try living in the present. Trust me, it works. Number 13, that goes to my next point, leads in well, is cherish your loved ones, because you just never know. Life is just really short, and just always tell your loved ones that you love them. Especially like, you know, with COVID, life just really turned upside down. I think one thing I've really done and really cherished are my grandparents, my nani and my nana. You've seen my nani all the time on YouTube. Her and I have a very special relationship and bond, and me and my nana as well. And I think me not being able to see them for during lockdown was the biggest wake-up call to me, that I need to really spend as much time as I can with these two people, because I don't want to say it, but you know, they mean so much to me. And I remember during lockdown I would literally FaceTime them almost every day, and the minute circuit breaker started, like phase 2 or whatever, phase 1, phase 2, whatever it was, the minute we could go out and about, I went to their house every single week for dinner without fail. Like if no one else would come, I would go, and they would come over to our house. So I would be seeing them like 2-3 times a week, and that was so amazing, because I'm like, why didn't I ever do this before? It's because we didn't have that wake-up call. So this is my wake-up call to you, if you're thinking that maybe you should just cherish the people around you a lot more, and you know, just not get so angry at the small little things. Number 14, the term best friend, overrated. It's okay to have more than one best friend, and it's okay if your best friend has more than one best friend. You know, we're all adults now, and people need to live their own lives, and I just think the term best friend has just so much pressure to it. Just be a good friend, just be a good friend to all of your friends, and if you have that one person, your soulmate, then great, good for you. But maybe you have many different soulmates, maybe you have many different friends for different purposes, and that's the biggest thing I've learned over the years, is that each friend comes with their purpose, and you also have a specific purpose in someone else's life. So if you're seeing someone else doing something for your friend and you're like, why wasn't I the one doing that? Because you don't feel that purpose, and that's okay, because your friend will come to you for your specific purpose and not that other person. It's a complicated thing and it's a difficult process, but trust me, when you reach a point of acceptance and just happiness with yourself and your friendships, life is just so much better, instead of comparing yourself to every single other human being there is out there. Number 15, I've said this again and again, say it with me, say it louder for the people in the back. Social media, just a highlight reel. I don't need to dwell too much into this because I've said it so many times, but really stop comparing yourself to other people on social media, because none of it is real. Stop. Just stop. There's so much to life out of our phones, so much to life out of YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Like, guys, what you see on social media is a snippet of someone's day. You don't see them crying, you don't see them having mental breakdowns, you don't see them having family issues, you don't see them having friendship issues, relationship issues, all of these things. No one is going to post them on social media, because no one wants them to see that side of things. And that's okay. Let social media be the highlight reel. It's actually nice. You know, it's nice to have a feed of positivity. There's a perk to it. But just be aware. Enjoy the perks that it brings, social media. Just be aware that it's just all not real. And remember that not everyone's life is perfect as it seems to be. Number 16. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't jump the gun, okay? Don't. This is like one of my worst habits, I think. Like when I get a thought in my head, that's it. That's the end of the world. I'm literally just, that's all I can think about. That's all I will literally act on it that second without thinking. And whether that is to confront someone, because I'm a pretty confrontational person, whether that is to not talk to someone, whether that is to buy something, whether that is to do something, go somewhere, I will do it immediately. And it's especially when I'm hot-headed, worst time to do any of that. Think through and evaluate your decisions, because they will make an impact on someone's life, and an impact that you really just don't want also. So just when you have this like sudden like I need to do this, just be like, wait, just wait for a second and just be like, do I need to sit on it? Time isn't running away. Live in the present and just sit and breathe and be like, okay, what's gonna happen if I do this in the rush of the moment, in the heat of the moment, while I'm angry? Nothing good is gonna come out of it, I can assure you. Number 17, learn the boundaries of oversharing. Oversharing is a very bad habit of mine. I'm just a very open book, so whenever I meet new people, I tend to like share my entire life story, but really, I think as I've grown up, I've learned that not everyone deserves to hear my life story. You know, those are saved for special people in my life. And I do a good job of keeping some parts of my life very, very private, like nobody knows about them. But because I'm on social media, I do tend to overshare a lot, and sometimes I'm just like, do I really need to say this? And I did learn the hard way when people came up to me and be like, you didn't need to say that, and I was like, oh. So yeah, one thing that I'll definitely be carrying through when I'm 23, 2024, whatever it is the practice and boundaries of how much I actually want to share with people, and realize that I don't have to tell my whole life story to the whole world. First of all, not everyone's that interested in it anyway. Second of all, there are some things you keep private for yourself, and that's okay. And that's also the same thing with social media. Like, you don't have to be an influencer to take practice with this, but like, if you want to keep some parts of your life private, no one's gonna know and no one's gonna care. Just do your thing, do your own thing, boo. Like, don't worry about, you know, having to share every single moment of your life, because honestly, no one's thinking about it. So you just do you. Number 18, probably the most important lesson I've learned: archive, mute, forget. If you're talking to someone, if you're dating someone, and you're like, I need to forget about them because they broke my heart, archive the chat, mute them from social media, forget about them, cut them out. Now, first step, archive. Don't delete it. If you can delete it, props to you. If you can delete the number, props to you. I can't. I don't have that kind of self-control and discipline. So what I do is I archive the chat, and in my archives are all the dudes that I talked to this year that just, or like over the years, that just never worked out, and it's kind of funny to look at sometimes. And it's archived. I don't see it in my, you know, chats, and I don't have to look at it every day, and it reduces the temptation of wanting to text them. Second thing, mute on Instagram. Now, again, you don't have to unfollow them and make it all dramatic, but if they were bad to you, unfollow them, forget them, they deserve it. But if they weren't that bad, like, just mute them so that you don't keep seeing them on your feed, you don't keep seeing them on your stories. If you choose to see them and stalk them, that's on you. But Instagram is not doing it, so you don't have to do it, and they don't have to live rent-free in your head. Then forget. This is the hardest stage, but it's possible. With step 1 and step 2, step 3 is possible. Trust me, I've done it many times this year. 19. If I am lonely, text a friend instead of a man. Trust me, ladies. Trust me. Don't re-download the apps. Do not text a man when you're lonely, because it just does not do anything. Number 20, success doesn't happen overnight for everyone, even though it does for some. Now, I think this year we saw a lot of influencers, a lot of TikTokers blow up, and not just overseas, like in Singapore as well, as they should. Very deserving of it. But then for people like me who have been doing this for a while and put in so much effort and time, I just don't blow up overnight. For me, it's a very steady, very slow progress, and I compare myself to others who also started around the same time. I'm like, how come they have more subscribers than me? How come they have more views than me? How come they can blow up on TikTok? How come I'm not getting that same thing? And I've just realized to stop doing all of that, because numbers don't mean shit. Success for me has always been a long road, and that's okay, because I know that I will reach the end of the ladder anyway. It just takes a little longer for me, and that's fine, because those other people have their own path and this is my own path, and something great might come out of it. You never know. So stop comparing the numbers, stop looking at the numbers, just do you. Number 21, I am able to live a life on my own, and I don't need someone to take every step with me. And that's been a great lesson to learn, knowing that I can do things on my own and I am independent, and a lot of things that I thought that I needed someone in my life to do, I figured it out on my own. So I don't need anyone, and I'm perfectly happy on my own. Number 22, to wrap this all up, the universe is always on your side. Even at times, if it feels like it isn't, it is. Bro, my memory card literally ran out of space, to the point where like it's 16 gigabytes and it has no more space. I don't know how long I've been talking for, but maybe this should be a full-on podcast, honestly. I don't know. I know sometimes it's so easy to think, why me? Why me? Why am I the one that's just getting all this bad luck? There's always a bigger purpose, and I'm very firm on this. It's like, if something bad is happening to you right now, it's really just for a bigger thing that it's coming for you in life. And I know it's so hard to hold on to that, any kind of positivity, but if you can hold on to that one little glimmer of hope that you are going to be something amazing in the future, and this is all going to lead up to that, that's really the biggest thing you can ask for. So So trust me when I say everything happens for a reason, and it will be okay. I promise it will be okay. Thank you so much for sticking with me during this entire video. I don't know how long this is, but I'll definitely have to cut it down. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment below what content you want to see in 2021. And I'll see you all next year. Subscribe if you haven't. Goodbye.